watching a beginner's guide to video editing in Photoshop with Tracy Marr. Now that you understand the basics of how to set up your video document in Photoshop and how to apply some basic edits like transitions and cuts, we can go ahead and begin to have fun. What I've done here is I've used the same method that I showed you in the previous tutorial to add 3 different movie clips to this video here. So I've got 3 different tracks, each representing each of the clips, each in their own group. What I want to do is change the speed of these clips. These clips all happen to be slow motion, so I want to speed them up a little bit. All of the clips are smart objects. These are layers within Photoshop that contain other information such as images, video, text, effects and so on. So if I double click, it will open the original file for me, and here I can apply as many edits as I like. So if I right click on the clip here, you'll see that I have the option to set the speed. So I'm going to up that to 400%. You can see that the clip has shortened, and if I click close and save, you'll see that the changes I've made have been applied. So I'm going to do the same to the other clips. Double click, change the speed. So you can speed it up or slow it down. You use this same method to create a slow motion effect too. And finally, the last clip. So once again, 400%. Okay, so I've speeded up my clips, and I've also, by doing that, shortened the duration of my video. Let's now look at how we can animate these clips and begin to have fun with them. The first thing I want to do is I want to add in a background. So how do I do that? If I click on a new layer and I fill the background, I'm just going to use the shape tool here to fill it with maybe a sort of a blue color. You can see that that's appeared on the timeline, so I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to hide the other clips. So you can see that I have my background applied. I'm going to shorten it so that it's the same length as the clips. I can extend the timeline up by dragging the mouse upwards, and let me show the clips again. If I open the video group, you'll see that you have options here for transform, opacity and style. So we can animate each of the clips using these properties here. What I want to do first is I want to move all the clips off the video area here. So I'm going to select the girl relaxing, move that just outside of the canvas. I'm going to select the girl outdoors, move that just outside. In fact, I'm going to move that over to the right, and the girl relaxing, apologies, the girl standing at the blue wall is going to go out to the left. Let's jump back to the first frame, and I'm going to add keyframes that will allow me to move these clips onto the screen. So at the first clip, I'm going to click on the enable keyframe animation. It's added a keyframe here. I'm going to move forward to the point where I want the animation to end. So let's say just about here, and I'm going to click to add another keyframe. By selecting the move tool, I can then bring the clip onto the video area, and let me do the same for the other clips. Let's not forget to rewind to the first frame, click, move to the point where you want the animation to end, add another keyframe, and let's then move the clip on screen. And finally, for the third clip, rewind to the first frame, add the keyframe, move to the point we want the animation to end, add another keyframe, and pull the clip in onto the video area. Okay, so let's rewind. Let me zoom in so you can see what happens here, and let's press play. Each of the clips are moving in, changing position, which looks pretty good. You can also apply some other effects to the clips. So let's say we want them to change opacity. To do that, let's once again rewind to the very start of the clip. Let's click on the opacity option here. And let's say at the beginning we want the clip to be sort of around maybe 10%. and we want it to fade to full opacity as it moves onto the screen. So we can adjust these keyframes after we've added them by simply clicking on them and dragging them. And let's do the same for the other clips too. Click on the opacity. Once again, remember to be at the beginning of the clip, and the opacity here needs to be somewhere around 10%. Let's move forward, again add a keyframe and bring up to full opacity. And finally the third clip, opacity is at 10%. And let's bring it up to 100. And if I now play that back for you, you can see that we've got a fade going on as well as the movement in the 3 clips. Finally, you can also animate using the style option here. So let's again rewind to the very beginning. So once again, click on the icon to add a keyframe. Move ahead to the point where we want the animation to end. Add another keyframe. And then simply go to the layer styles option in the layers panel over here, and let's choose, for instance, a gradient overlay. So let's choose this orange purple type overlay. And let's set the blend mode to soft light and let's click OK. So if I rewind and play, you can see that as the clip fades in, it also changes to the gradient effect that we applied to it on this style option. In the next lesson, we'll look at applying layer masks to these clips.